God damn it. I was muted for that whole entire thing. Well, you're not going to get quality shows like that. You can make fun of me later for that, absolutely. But yeah, that's where we're at. So as I was saying, we're supposed to have a couple people join us tonight, but I don't know what's going on. Casey messaged me like a half hour before the show, and he goes, 10 p.m., right? And then it was only like a minute or two later, I messaged him back and I said, no, it's 9 p.m. And he still hasn't checked his messages. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he shows up or not. But some of you are here and I truly appreciate it. AJ, what's going on, man? Thank you for letting me know that my mic was muted the first minute and a half of that. And John, of course, thank you for being here, my friend. I know you missed my voice, man, but it was a very short period of stupidity in my part that blocked you from hearing my wonderful tones. So, but thank you guys for joining us. I do have news to talk about. We're going to have a good time. Whether Casey's here or not. And Montel, by the way, my dog did that. The Joker fell over because it was bested by my dog right before the show. And then I had to close the door and I forgot to pick it up. So I'm a mess tonight. I don't even know what's happening. There's so much stuff going on. There's so much news. There's so much stuff that I've been reporting on the past few days that I wanted to get to this night and talk about, preferably with Casey. And we were supposed to have our buddy Montel join us from Blurred Corn Speaks podcast. Now, he said that he might be a little bit late, so he might show up. I told him no pressure, though, because I know he was at HBCU Con this weekend, and he's doing his thing. But I do want to say, you should go check out his comic book shop. It's called Atlantis Comics and Games and Comics. I follow them on Facebook. He does really cool live shows every Wednesday and Saturday where first Saturday of the month, I should say. So Wednesdays are new comics, of course, he puts online, and he auctions them so you can bid on them or trade, stuff like that. And then he does old comics, like classic comics and bundles and stuff like that every first Saturday of the month. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Man, it's been crazy. It has been crazy. So, guys, any news that I report on here, please make sure to head over to Cinema Reviewed, cinemareviewed.com. That's what I write for now. And there's a bunch of us really great writers doing stuff, and we're reporting the news as it comes. So make sure to check it out. Kathleen, what's going on? I missed you, Kathleen. I'm glad you're feeling better. I heard you got stitches out, and that's awesome. So I'm very happy for you. And Doctor Strange adding new scenes every day. I've been hearing that. Now, that was one thing I was going to report on. There was a massive leak this morning, and it was all over Twitter. There was even a video. I have it. I'm not showing any leaks. I'm not putting it out there. I don't care what you guys do in the comments. Excuse me. But I will say this. It did show the Illuminati, and it showed who was in the Illuminati. So do with that what you will. Go look for the spoilers or don't. I don't blame you. I actually, it was mistakenly I happened upon them because we have a group chat for Cinema Reviewed, and we were talking. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I can't believe I signed on Twitter," but nobody was saying why. Nobody was saying anything. So I just went on Twitter to see if there was any crazy news coming, and it was the first thing that hit me in the face. I was like, "Oh man, now I know." So, but the nice part of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's not the cameos that are doing it for me. It's not the cameos I think are going to make the movie good. I cannot wait to see the performances, the story, the whole nine. It's going to be fantastic. Like, I knew I would really enjoy No Way Home, whether Andrew or Toby were in it. I just enjoyed it even more that they were in it. So that's what I hope for when I watch these movies. But tell me in the comments what you guys think. What are you most looking forward to about it? All right, as we go on, I'm going to put up my brand here because I had one for for the background for both of us, but it's my picture because Casey didn't come. I bet you any amount of money he's going to show up at 10 p.m. and this show will be ending, and I'm not going to feel bad, Casey. But he'll be here. He'll be here Tuesday, and we have a really fun show for that planned. So make sure you tune in. I do have a pretty big announcement about something we are doing in conjunction with Carolina Fear Fest that will be coming up very soon. I'm going to announce it tonight. I'm going to announce it on here tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to put it out on all our social media. So whoever's watching will get the announcement, and stay tuned because I think you're going to have a lot of fun. As you know, we're doing the horror dissecting franchises on each episode. So something big's going to be coming our way. I'm feeling better. I'm glad I really am. And we were talking about it last week. Casey and I were just like, we're glad you're doing really well. And super looking forward to Doctor Strange. I think it's going to be awesome. I think the movie is just going to be intense and fun the whole way through. We're going to get some fun cameos. But for the most part, like just a really good story that is kind of propelled us forward. Glad you're feeling better. No way those are real leaks. Looks weird. Have you seen here's where are you looking at the pictures? Because they have still pictures up everywhere. But there is a video. See if you can find a video. And if you can find a video, that's why I believe it. Is because I watched the video. All right. They might have taken it down though. Because this was like 6 a.m. I saw it. So but we had such a big week for movies. CinemaCon was this weekend. So one thing I'm really excited for, and actually made me go back and watch the first one. They did a screening of Top Gun Maverick at CinemaCon for all the attendees. And let me tell you, those attendees walked out of there very happy. They walked out of there saying it is a fantastic movie. It is well done, well put together. Heartfelt and just a really good, really great movie is actually how they were putting it. So I went back and I was like, you know what? I want to sit down. I want to watch Top Gun. I haven't seen Top Gun in years. I mean, it's got to be about 7 or 8 years since I've watched Top Gun, and even before that, I'd say another 10 years. So like, I've seen Top Gun maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 times in my life, which comparatively to a lot of movies is small. But I've always liked it. Every time I watched it, I was like, this is good. This is a good movie. However, I did sit down and watch it. And I'm torn. The sequel I hear is so good. But I don't know that I need a sequel after that movie. It's such a great movie. So this movie has to propel it to even better. I'm glad that all of the reviews have been favorable. And people are really liking it. But after watching that first one, I'm like, this movie was just solid. This is a solid movie. I forgot how good Tom Cruise is. You can hate him for being crazy. You can hate his religion or whatever you call Scientology. Do whatever you want. But he makes good movies. He knows what he is. He's not trying to be anything more than what he is. and he makes really good movies. Iron Eagle is not, you lying sack. Iron Eagle is not better. Iron Eagle is great, but it is not better. And that's a hard thing for me to say because I love Louis Gossett Jr. I got a funny story though. All right, so I did know years ago. I was living in Orlando at the time. I can't believe I'm breaking out in the story. So we're going to a thing called Scream Fest in Orlando. It was a really cool horror festival, and a guy who's in one of our movies had a movie premiering, and he asked us to come out and check it out. We're like, yeah, why not? And also go to a convention. That's awesome. And who was it? It was there was a bunch of awesome people there. I got to meet Gunnar Hansen there. It was just a lot of fun. A good friend of mine was actually there too, Brooks MacArthur, and Brooke MacArthur, I should say, and rest in peace. So we were going. We're just kind of seeing friends, stuff like that. And Shawnee Smith was there. Now I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know Shawnee Smith. I know her from the Saw movie. I know her from Becker and other things. So why are you lying? Why are you guys lying to the world right now? Why? Iron Eagle is a solid movie. Iron Eagle is good. It's a very good movie, and people should watch it. It's fantastic, but it's not better than Top Gun. I'm sorry. It is not. It is not a better. There's no way I will ever agree to Iron Eagle being better than any Tony Scott movie. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I cannot do it. It doesn't even look better compared to to what they did with Top Gun for the time, and the movies came out like right next to each other. Who directed this? Sidney J. Furie. Okay, Sidney J. Furie. He directed Superman 4. Shut up. Argument over. No, I'm kidding, of course. I'm being confrontational for funny purposes, but that's about it. He's got some solid movies. He did Iron Eagle 2. In between was Superman 4, though. Ladybugs. No. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Top Gun is better than Iron Eagle, but Iron Eagle is great. I'm not putting it down. But it's just no. Iron Eagle. Well, Top Gun too, really, but they were all just Reagan movies for that era. Go America. But Top Gun takes the cake, in my opinion. Just well-rounded, well-acted, better story. Even the fight sequences were just really good. I had a lot of fun with them, but I'm arguing this, and I was telling my Shawnee Smith story. So Shawnee Smith was there, and my buddy comes up and he goes, all right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $30 if you go sit with Shawnee Smith and talk to her. Or no. I was sitting with Shawnee Smith and talking with her, and he came up and he whispered in my ears, I'll give you $30 if you say you're the bomb in Eagles. And I did. And I got $30. It was pretty awesome. So that was not a great ending to the story, but I did get $30. So I feel like that's a win, and we should all applaud. No? Okay. Fair enough. I don't blame you. But yes, anyway, going back. So I am super excited for Top Gun Maverick. I think it's going to be really good based on everything I've been reading. Cannot wait to see it. Hopefully I can too. Can soon too. But one thing that is also really cool is I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible movies. I love all of them, especially for the time of what they were. Everything like fits its time perfectly. Ghost Protocol, I think, being my favorite still to this day. But I just really love it. But they're coming back with a new two-part series, to the movie. So his first part is Dead Reckoning Part 1. I don't know if it's going to be Dead Reckoning Part 2. They haven't announced that part yet, but I do know that it's going to be called Dead Reckoning. So I don't know if this is going to be the end. They're just going to get it done in 2 parts and finish it off, but it's going to be interesting to see for sure. Favorable reviews for Elvis. Not great, but favorable. We've got first looks at John Wick 4. A few others is pretty interesting so far, like kind of what's been going on. And CinemaCon is just, they killed it this year. They really did such a fantastic job. So what else do we have here? They showed the first 20 minutes of Doctor Strange, especially the Gargantos fight. And it supposedly went really well. I'm going to get rid of the brand now, and I'm not going to let Casey come in here and talk about Iron Eagle at all. I'm going to mute him every time Iron Eagle comes up. Listen, Case, you are not allowed to talk about Iron Eagle at all. At all.
All I'm saying is Louis Gossett Jr. might have been one of the greatest principals and then teachers and then trainers of all time.
You are absolutely right. Louis Gossett Jr. was great in The Principal. He was so
amazing in The Principal.
Remember that movie? Oh my God. I feel like we need to do a rewatch of that movie at some point.
Oh, The Principal is great. Which one? The James Belushi one?
Yeah. Where he comes in as El Principal. Oh my God.
Just think of me as your pal.
I think that the thing that makes me laugh the most about The Principal is it came out like either right before or right after Lean on Me.
Yeah, they were so close.
And Lean on Me being a true story about Joseph Clark,
right,
in a New Jersey high school.
Which was the one? Didn't they? Then Edward James Olmos came out with one, didn't he?
We did Stand and Deliver, which is also a true story.
Right,
a true story of inspiring teachers and principals and faculty that really wanted the kids to succeed and learn and make a safe school environment for them in the 80s, which seems like a demilitarized zone everywhere.
It's amazing. That's one of the reasons I like Rock and Roll High School so much. And what was the one where they slaughter the high school kids?
I mean, there was a lot where they slaughtered high school kids, but there was the one where class of 1984.
That was it.
Yeah, where the teacher gets it's a debacle. Even Michael J. Fox was in it as a kid who gets
terrible.
Yeah, it's so crazy and weird. But I remember at a time when they're like, all right, we have to turn this around and try and inspire people to change schools for kids. And then here comes good old Jimmy Belushi. And he's like, I'm going to do The Principal. And you know what? We're going to fuck it up.
Hey, man, it was great because that was in no way, shape, or form they didn't try to be heartwarming. I think that's one of the best parts of it is in that movie. It was a straight up us versus them. It was a war, full on battle. Like the one good kid who got caught in the middle wound up being killed anyway. So it didn't matter.
Dude, I pray to God every day. Thank him that I wasn't in high school in the 80s.
Agreed.
Because you can show me pictures of high schools in the 80s and be like, no, this was a great environment and everybody was really safe and friendly. And I will never believe you.
It's not real.
Everything was it was like chaos. Just the students completely took over. I don't know how anybody in the 80s can read.
Well, it was like a weird Thunderdome. Well, obviously it was the ones who had to overcome.
There's those teachers. There's just Joseph Clark's and the Edward James Olmos's, because I don't remember his character's name.
I'm terrible for that, but whatever. It's been a long day. I'm enjoying my root beer.
Nice. That's good, man. Kathleen says, Casey, welcome.
Hi, Kathleen.
And AJ.
I'm sorry I'm running late, guys. I apologize. I screwed up both my time, and then I started actually organizing, getting my daughter's schedule together, and I was like, oh, man.
I told the story how you were like, hey, it shows at 10, right? And I said, no, it's at 8. Oh, no, it's at 9. And you hadn't looked at it in a half hour. I was like, I guess I'm doing this one alone.
No, just running a little behind.
It's all good, man. This show's impromptu and fun anyway. So AJ, as we love him, he's on the snobs board for sure.
Yes, indeed.
But he has been wrong twice tonight. First one saying that agreeing with So Wizard Podcast, Mr. Joey DiCarlo over there. Who, if you guys go check out their podcast, I was on their most recent episode reviewing Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, so Joey Wizard?
Yeah. So
yeah. I just checked out the comments section. Why would you not want Iron Eagle? Iron Eagle is way better than Maverick, than all of Top Gun.
So I'm back to doing the show by myself.
Iron Eagle is not. Iron Eagle is 1,000% better, bro.
It's not better.
Iron Eagle goes back in time and gets the World War II planes involved, bro. Come
No.
on, they have a Mitsubishi Zero just smoking kids.
No, cannot do it.
And
I'm
the
not saying
soundtrack
that
is a
they're
billion
not.
times
First
better,
off,
bro.
take
Whenever
all of the
I get,
sequels and throw them out.
whenever I jumped into Falcon 3.0,
Nope.
whenever I got right into Falcon 3.0, which was one of my favorite all-time video games, it was a simulator where you fly F-16s, but you do it like they really do. So you're on like 45-minute missions, just flying and occasionally bumping into bad guys and shooting them or bombing runs, but rocking out to some pure metal while just cruising up in the skies and just going Mach 1 with your hair on fire, just living your truth, bro. That is the best way to go about it. Not to mention it's way cooler because they blow up more realistic planes as opposed to Top Gun, where they're blowing up T-38s, which are just training vehicles that they recolored to make them look like MiGs or whatever, but they weren't really MiGs. They were BS.
Listen, I'm going to say this one time only. All right. First of all, you have to take out all the sequels to Iron Eagle. It's Iron Eagle versus Top Gun.
Okay.
One, I will never say anybody's movie is better than Tony Scott's movie. The movie looks gorgeous. It's well acted. It's a good story. It's a simple story, but it's a good story. I'm going back to looks gorgeous again. The sound design in that movie alone is brilliant. Now, can I speak to the planes that they use? No, I can't. I've never been in the Navy. I've never been in the Air Force. But if we are talking about what the Navy pilots did by repainting or repurposing a different plane and calling it a MiG versus a group of children breaking in to secure Air Force installations and stealing top secret plans to go on rescue missions, I'm telling you now, the believability factor goes to the fake MiGs.
Okay. Look, I'm going to give you that. Yes, the idea of breaking into an installation and being able to steal an F-16 under that much supposed scrutiny and security.
How many F-16s?
Huh?
How many F-16s?
Two F-16s, which after having been on base, I can tell you that it doesn't happen like that. That's not how that works.
First of all, even a little. You would know, and if you could tell me that children could steal them, then I'd have an even bigger problem with the Air Force. Right now, the points are all on the Navy side.
Look, I'm going to tell you that one of the reasons Iron Eagle was able to get me back and stick with me was climbing into the cockpit and actually doing pre-flight checks while cranking tunes. All right. So yes, it did very much so feel like that's where I was. And that's immediately where I went.
Fair. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Iron Eagle being a great movie. I love Iron Eagle. I love all of them. Again, the sequels are barring because it would have to be all franchises against each other. We have yet to see the second.
That is fair. And I would think we can all say that Iron Eagle, although a better history, a longer history, you're right. It's not a prettier movie. I mean, Top Gun, the Tony Scott movie, is gorgeous. I love Top Gun. I grew up with Top Gun. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I can quote Top Gun from back. You and I have tried to at extent. I think it's just hard to get on board with it, being that it took so long and it takes itself so serious.
It really does. 100% takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
But honestly, after watching it again this weekend, it's just a well-done movie. It's a well-done... And that's one thing I can say about Tom Cruise in a whole. Like, dude is crazy. But man, is he do a movie really well.
Oh, well, he's a perfect vessel. Whatever you put into him, he will kick out perfectly, exactly how you want it, man. You put it in, he puts it out. It's wonderful.
They've only put Zeno in him so far, so maybe Zeno's the best actor that we should. We owe it all to Zeno.
It's all the mighty Zeno. Zeno on high.
Now here's my next bone to pick with AJ.
Okay.
The Substitute, best school action series. I say nay, sir.
Look, I love Tom Berenger, and I love Treat Williams. I do. I'll say it. I'm on record. I'm one of 3 people who loves the shit out of Treat Williams. When I see him, I get excited. I genuinely think he's a good actor who takes terrible roles. Like I think he's one of those guys. I do.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think Tom Berenger is a decent actor who can phone it in. Absolutely. Who definitely thrived on his name later in life.
He really did. He was just like, man.
After he did Sniper, he was like, I'm done. Good enough.
I forgot he was in Sniper. I forgot he was in that movie.
With Billy Zane, man.
I need to watch that and Solo again.
Yes, I fucking love Solo.
Oh my God. It's so good. Solo was Universal Soldier before Universal Soldier.
But no, it was at the same time, but Universal Soldier wasn't good because the first one was not good.
Oh, I say nay, sir.
Bro. I love it, and I can't say it's good.
You're right, because it's actually called, the phrase you're looking for is super good.
No. No, I'm pretty sure that was not, but thank you for trying, but no.
I'm telling you, Universal Soldiers is a insane movie. Oh, okay, so I lied. Solo came out in 1996. Universal Soldiers came out in 1992.
Yeah, but Universal Soldier 2 was better than Universal Soldier.
Which Universal Soldier 2?
Oh shit! This is the one that we always get snagged on. I forget about that.
They did Universal Soldier 2 and 3, which were straight to video.
Right.
Then they did Universal Soldier: The Return.
Right.
Which had Michael Jai White in it as a computer. It was very cool.
I did like The Return, but not as much as 2 straight to video.
But they also came out with sequels to The Return, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, I haven't seen. Well, I've probably seen them.
I think it was Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins played like the star of the movie, and the bad guys were Luke and whoever Lundgren's character was.
You know, honestly, that just takes me back to wanting to rewatch Kurt Russell's Soldier.
Everything does. That's the unofficial Blade Runner sequel.
Yeah, and it's way better than any Universal Soldier movie.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That was a good one. All right, so I have to say The Substitute is not the best school action series. Red Dawn probably owns that one.
Are we putting Red Dawn in that?
I mean, there's school kids. It starts in a school.
Right, but is it a series? Because there's only one in a reboot.
But you can watch it like 15 times in a row.
That's valid. I can scream Wolverines like making breakfast the next day all fucking morning. I'm in.
Wolverines! But The Substitute is solid.
The Substitute's good. It's good. I don't know that it's the best. I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, if we're going to go just off of whatever, I mean, Taps is pretty fucking great.
Taps is a good one, but I might be, for sheer fun factor, I might put The Substitute above it.
What about Toy Soldiers?
Toy Soldiers is so good. Back to Louis Gossett Jr. It's so good. And AJ says Toy Soldiers.
Yeah, AJ knows what's up. Look, I don't know if I'm saying Toy Soldiers is better than Red Dawn.
It's so hard. It's so hard to say that because they're both so good.
Toy Soldiers is a better movie.
Yeah.
Toy Soldiers is a better written movie.
Yeah.
Toy Soldiers is a better written movie, and the plot is better. The story is done better. Red Dawn is straight run action adventure, stupid, get into it, like just jump on a pile of grenades and see what happens.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to decide, but I mean, you get a very cool Die Hard style movie out of Toy Soldiers.
Yeah.
I don't know what to decide because I do love Red Dawn. It's so anti-communist. It's freaking amazing.
Well, and those are your favorite bad guys. Mine too.
My favorite thing in the world. And I'm so glad they're back too. I'm so glad like we can just start hating communists again.
Yeah, right. When it comes to school series, what about Battle Royale?
Is that a kids action movie? Well, it's not a kids. It's definitely not for kids.
Sweet Jesus, what do you mean?
I just mean like kids were in it. Like school age kids are in it.
No, because remember, it's their whole high school class that gets taken.
Joey says Run, Hide, Fight is a newer movie that takes place in the school. It was pretty good. Oh gosh, I'm so fucking awake and I'm yawning. It's your face.
Yeah,
Your face makes
the
me
more
do it.
you're yawning, my face makes you yawn. It's because it's these bedroom eyes.
It's the bedroom eyes, man. You give me the
I
bedroom
know.
eyes, and I'm like, I just want to get out of here. I want to put on something tight and comfortable.
Listen to the Sade record and just get busy, you know.
These words have never been spoken about me. Put on something tight and comfortable. Saran wrap. Just putting on saran wrap.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna wrap up in this Reynolds. Give me a minute to put the Reynolds on, baby.
Okay, just lay it down and I'll start rolling.
Don't worry. This is the press and seal, honey. You can put it wherever you want.
Oh my god. Three rolls and I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm out. Just started earlier.
It's too much. It's too much.
Oh, did you hear that? So CinemaCon put out a lot of stuff. All right. Well, real quick, let's do a quick rundown. They canceled Batwoman on CW.
I saw that, which awesome and bully.
They canceled Legends Tomorrow.
Okay.
And that
show was still on?
That show is still on after 7 seasons.
Mother trucker.
I think the Arrowverse is now down to Flash.
Sounds about right.
So we'll see what happens there. But they also nixed their HBO Max Wonder Twins movie.
Whoa. Look, I need my story of Jan and whatever the fuck his name was. Jan and San or whatever they were.
I hate the Wonder Twins.
Form of an ice dragon.
Form of an ice cube. Good, melt.
Form of a mop bucket. Form of water.
I remember when they showed up on Smallville, and I was like, I hate this episode already. I hate it. I hate the Wonder Twins. I'm so glad they're not doing it.
Well, the Wonder Twins was just a bridge too far, and DC has got to tighten their freaking reins, man. They got to figure something out.
Yeah.
And I think Discovery Plus will smack them around a little bit.
They should.
Get them in line.
A little bit. They did like a ton of announcements going on. So we're getting some big horror movies this year.
Yeah, like what?
Well, May 13th, Firestarter comes out, which is...
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm so stoked for that movie.
Yes. But it's one of 2 Stephen King remake.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't know about you, but Firestarter was one of my favorites as a kid. Like, I loved Halle. That was... No, oh, my God. I was about to say Halle Berry. Halle Berry's on mine. Don't mind me, folks.
Drew. It was Drew.
Drew Barrymore was awesome as a young kid actress. I loved watching her as a child actress. I think she and I are very similar in age, so that was really cool watching those. I just mean watching that movie, which also was one of those.
Much older than us.
My parents did not mean to let me be watching that one. It just happened to be on AMC, and no one knew what it was, and it was part of the Stephen King run, so I got to watch it, and it was brutal, man. I loved it. So this new one is going to be amazing, and it looks wonderful.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one?
So the other one is going to be Salem's Lot.
Dude, I love Salem's Lot.
I know.
That's a great story. It's right up there with Needful Things. I think those two are like some of my favorite Stephen King stories.
We are getting tons of stuff coming out. So Avatar: The Way of the Water is the second movie. The trailer screened to very favorable reviews.
Yes.
I don't care.
Neither do I.
But it was there.
It's going to be James Cameron. It's going to be pretty. It's another water movie, so it's right up his fucking alley. And it's another Avatar movie, so we're going to get the same shit we've seen before. It's just going to be gorgeous. So I'll go spend my $20 at the theater and have a cool experience, and then go, great.
The Batman 2 was announced.
I am excited for that. I think Pattinson deserves it. Is it going to be Matt? What's his nuts?
Matt.
Matt,
yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Good. Yeah, then I'm in.
So we're getting a bunch of stuff actually. Did you see that Olivia Wilde got served her custody paperwork on stage?
Dude, I was really annoyed by that. I am happy that Sudeikis immediately came out and was like, I had no idea how that was going to go down. That is not my responsibility. It's not his responsibility.
And I gave it to the company. They did it.
Yep. And I think that could have been done backstage as soon as she was done. He could have been waiting back there. There's a million other ways that could have been done. Yeah. And am not cool with that. I just think that was very unfair and put her in a tight spot.
So there's a new heist movie coming out starring Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Timothy Olyphant, Chris Rock, Anna Taylor-Joy, Taylor Swift, and Christian Bale.
Did you just get a list of some of my favorite people right now in Hollywood?
Yep, and it's being directed by David O. Russell. It's called Amsterdam.
That sounds fucking amazing.
And Margot Robbie's having a big year, too, because they just released the first picture of her as Barbie.
Oh, yes.
Barbie movie.
Saw that.
And that's coming out with some, it's highly anticipated right now, and I kind of don't blame it, because I like her.
I like her as well. I'm excited to see her be successful, firstly, because I like her as a person. But her career is fantastic, and I love her as an actress. I just don't know if this is going to be a movie I give a shit about. Like, I'll probably watch it when it comes out on video or some such, but I'm not going to the theater for that crap.
Yeah. Well, okay. So kind of getting into the other stuff real quick. So real quick, Ghostbusters Afterlife is getting a sequel. It's confirmed.
Cool.
Venom 3 is coming.
Okay.
Wonka, they showed a trailer for Wonka. Timothy Chalamet plays Willy Wonka, and it's a prequel. Very favorable. Seems like it's very lighthearted, kind of Christmassy type movie, and be out in Christmas 2023.
Okay, I'm interested. I mean, I don't really care about Wonka so much. I'm not. Whoop, sorry, that did the thing again. I'm not really committed to Wonka. I know. I'm not really committed to the whole Charlie and the Roald Dahl and all that. So we'll see.
Let's check in. Our good buddies here, Mr. Montel.
Hey, Montel,
what's going on, y'all?
I'm getting serious vibes of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's doorman right now. Because he did his
and indeed
test.
You should, my friend. It is a bit of a creepy thing indeed.
Did anybody else see that where he gave his deposition in his car and then he got tired of the questions, so he just drove off?
That's amazing.
To be fair, I probably would have done the same thing because I caught maybe a micro fraction of it and I said, no, it couldn't be me. Sorry.
No, I don't blame you. And I don't blame him at all either. And it was funny. Everybody was laughing. Are you sure? Are you in a safe space, my friend? I know you're driving. We don't want to put you.
I'm as safe as it's going to be, my man, because people in this area do not know how to drive. There is a serious accident. So everybody, yep, your little scooter. Oh, you delivering ramen, aren't you?
You pull them over and you swing by my place. Because ramen sounds amazing.
I probably wouldn't even share because I've been fiending for it myself.
Just reach out and grab it.
Exactly. Yes.
But I'm as safe as I'm going to be, my friends.
Montel, I'm real quick, just in case you have to go or anything happens. Please tell us about your store. Please tell us about your show, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, well, I work at Atlantis Games and Comics. It is a gaming comic book store out of Hampton Roads. We have 2 locations. I work at the Norfolk location, where we do a little bit of everything. Not only do we sell board games, card games, comics and things like that, we also sponsor tournaments and events and things like that. One of my favorite things, and you 2 amazing gentlemen are well aware that we do a live comic sale every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Casey, don't think for a second I forgot about you, sir. What you did.
Well, you can get all of these guys. Yeah. This is where I get my Wednesdays.
Yeah, same.
Both of them. Y'all, when I tell you, these guys pop in and they see me just light up. I just get excited because I love when my friends come and check out the live sale. So it's always a blast. Just definitely check out the Atlantis Games and Comics Facebook page every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Myself and Nick from Do You Speak Geek, we do it together. It's always a blast. I am the host and creator of the Blurticorn Combos. That is a show that I do on Instagram where I get a chance to talk to content creators of color across all genres, content creators, cosplayers, musicians, artists, just people who enjoy doing what they do, but they happen to be melanated, which is always near and dear to my heart. And I am one half of a brilliant podcast team. Myself and Miss Angie, the Blurticorn Speaks podcast. We are about to finish for season 4, and we're about to go into season 5 very soon.
Awesome.
Nice. Very good.
And we're trying to be like y'all when we grow up.
Us, we're trying to figure it out. We don't know.
Yeah, don't worry. We're trying to figure out how to grow up. So once we reach that next plateau, right, we'll get there.
Even if I knew, I'd probably just throw it out because it's trash anyway. Nobody wants to be grown nowadays.
That's what I'm saying, man. I prefer spending money on comic books and hanging out. Shoot.
Hey, I appreciate it. I love when y'all pop in here. I love when you pop into the show because it's like, it's them. Hey, what's going on?
You seriously have brought a love of Wednesdays back to Comic Book Day that I used to have many moons ago. And now you know that I'm locked in a little more. Getting to a comic book store is a little more difficult. Having to pull boxes harder and harder in my older age. So being able to have that sense of camaraderie, it sort of feels like hanging out at the comic book store on Wednesdays. Everybody getting their stuff, everybody talking, everybody hanging out. You guys have brought that back in a way that is so endearing and is so special to me. And I cannot thank you enough. And I'm glad that Mick joined me and that he was able to jump on board and that we've just spent an erroneous amount of money and had so much fun hanging out again with y'all. And you and Nick's absolutely crush it. So thank you for being our Sherpas back into this world and introducing me to Slumber. Oh my God. So good.
Slumber is one of those sleeper hits that a lot of people aren't even catching on to. And that's why I love being able to introduce stuff like that. Nothing wrong with Marvel and DC and what they're doing. But I feel like we need to start letting the young guns, and not necessarily young guns, but the established companies who don't get the shine. They deserve to get that attention. And you guys, y'all popping in here, you see how hard we work. You see what we do. You see the product that we create. So we're going to continue to put it out there. I just found out that my lady Christy, she is going to create, she's about to do Good Boy. The second run is about to come out. So I am so excited for Good Boy to come out again.
Nice.
That is one of my top 5 favorites out of everything that has come out in this past year.
So let me ask you, going with it. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna have this because I did pitch it earlier too. In the store and the show. But guys, if you are comic fans, head over to their website for sure. Check it out. You can put a pull list together, which we do, and it keeps me going with what I need every week. It's been nice. But what is a storyline that's coming out this year that you are really looking forward to?
Well, I was blessed by my boss at the store to be the store chain's image ambassador. So anytime Image comes out with something new, I get to go, and then I know it before anybody else. Awesome. So there is a comic coming out now called literally I Hate This Place. It is literally called I Hate This Place. And it's about 2 ladies that are in love. They're a couple and they settle into this house. But you come to find out that this house is a nexus for all types of things. Aliens, monsters, spirits, and everything else. So they have to live by the house rules in order to survive this. The great thing I like about this series is just like the series that came out a few months ago, which is another sleeper hit called Step by Bloody Step, where they are letting the artwork tell the tale. There is no dialogue.
Ooh. Really?
Yes. So I don't know how many other titles are coming out like that. And these are the 2 that I discovered where the artwork, the artist tells the tale with no dialogue. And I think it is a brilliant concept to me that has been slept on and has not been explored enough.
Agreed. I think when you can do more with just the imagery. Kind of like Legion, the way Legion was written, kind of threw me off a little bit at first, but I enjoyed that it was a different art style. It was something different, and they really ran with it. Rain is a very stark, different book that you got me onto. It is gorgeous and phenomenal, and the way they're interlinking the story is fascinating. It's a beautifully told tale.
You mentioned Rain, boy. I will tell you, I had the opportunity to meet Zoe Thorogood at Richmond GalaxyCon. I was mad because I have issue 1. I have the ash can issue 1 of it. If I'd known I was going to meet her, I was so mad. I was like, I got it. You could signed it. I was
So I do have to ask, what is a current storyline that's come out that has been most disappointing this year for you?
Oh gosh, wow. Honestly, I have to say it's been Venom.
Okay.
Because with now with Brock is gone and Dylan's and his son Dylan is pretty much the possessor of Venom. Mm-hmm. They're coming into this sort of end game sort of mindset of, okay, what will he do now that he is in possession of the most dangerous? Will Venom take him over? I'm sitting there going, you can run this into the ground enough times and people get sick of the same story. Okay, symbiotes, to have hosts, they get along, blah, 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 or they don't get along. What will happen? Oh, woe is us. I'm kind of sick of Venom at this point.
Yeah. I really think it should have just been kind of frozen after King in Black for a bit.
Yeah.
When they did the King in Black was beautiful. I love what they did. At that point, they should have just said, all right, we're done. We're not going to dedicate Venom again, because all the great story writers and artists in the world cannot keep regurgitating the same tired storyline.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to get into it. That's why I've been drifting more towards independent companies, Image, IDW, Boom Studios, Scout, Aftershock. Aftershock has blown it out the water.
Are they?
Oh my
God!
God!
Say Boom right now for me is my favorite. They've been crushing all the Buffy storylines, the new Vampire Slayer out. Like they did Willow and Faith recently. Like I've loved Boom. I'm a sucker for anything Buffy. So,
well, how do you feel about Buffy not being the Slayer anymore?
I think it's pretty rad, man. This new Vampire Slayer giving Willow the amulet. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the Captain America series going on with Symbol of Truth and Sentinel of Liberty splitting it up with Rogers and Wilson?
I'm willing to give it a shot because you guys, as you all already know, I'm a huge fan of Sam being the Captain America. Nothing against Steve. Steve did his thing. God bless him. And I love what they did with Sam, where once he did take on the mantle, and everybody in the world was like, hashtag, that's not my captain. And it delved deep into racial disparities and how people get racist on certain things and how if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And forgive me for not being able to speak eloquently, but I've been conning all weekend, and I think I've used all my big words.
Well,
but just seeing the racial
you're on our
divide,
level now, bro. We're good.
Yeah, seeing the racial divide at the same time, you want him to save you when you need it, but you're not willing to accept him for who he is.
Yeah.
So now we are seeing the story where we got both of them carrying the same symbol that has just been integral in comics forever. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I mean, considering they had the dichotomy between Steve and Sam in the movies, I really genuinely enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give this a shot. But I would tell you this, Marvel, don't disappoint me. Don't F this up. I'm telling you.
Well, it's funny you mention that too, because they actually, now that they've introduced the Mighty Thor, played by Jane Foster, or taken over by Jane Foster, is now introduced in the movie. I really hope that they at some point because they had a conversation in the comic books between Sam Wilson and Jane Foster about what it's like to be not Thor and not Captain America, but taking up the mantles as a woman and a black man. And it was a really good conversational, just kind of like one shot comic. I can't remember the name of it, but I have it somewhere around here. But it was just a really well done that they had that connection and were able to talk about it. And it would be really nice for them to do that in the movies as well. So
I'd like to see that as well. Yeah, I think there's some the different correlations they keep putting out are great. I don't mind them running two stories, but I'm okay. I'm done with Steve. Steve's had his run.
Yeah,
I'm kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool when he died. I'm sorry. That was one of the coolest things that happened to Cap in a while when he got shot on the steps.
Yeah, they gave him a little bit of a break, and then Secret Invasion popped that one right back in. But I'm excited to see kind of where it goes. Because it's only going to be a short short run, so we'll see how that works out. But because they're leading up to Judgment Day or something like that, which is like their big kickoff. But
I was such a huge fan of Sam. I just love Sam. I think he's a wonderful character. I've always loved Falcon. So the fact that I want to see his big run as Cap, I want to see him continue the run as Cap, and let Steve retire. Man, it's cool. Let Tony die too. Let's kill Tony. Let's just go nuts. Let's kill all the Avengers we know. Burn them all.
They did all the time, but then they bring them back for money. All right, so we're gonna do a quick rundown. So Montel, I know you're driving, so I don't want to keep you, but we are just kind of doing a rundown of this week's news and movie news, geek news, stuff like that. If you want to kind of join us for the rundown.
Say that for me one more time, my man.
I know you're driving, so if you have to go, we understand completely. But we're just doing rundowns of the geek news and movies and stuff like that. CinemaCon that came out. You're more than welcome to join us.
Okay, well, I'm almost home, so trust me, I can hang in here with you guys. I ain't got no problem with that.
Sounds good. Yeah, we're coming up on time, but let's do it. So I'll do the quick rundown. So we already talked about Elvis. They introduced a new trailer for Jurassic World Dominion. Have you guys had a chance to watch that one?
I have.
I am very excited for this movie. I know it's the end of the franchise. I cannot wait. I've loved every one of them. Even the third one with the talking raptor. I don't care. I'm in.
No, I mean, I think it's wonderful. Should they have absolutely killed every single dinosaur instead of releasing them into the wild? Yes. Did they screw up and now we get a whole nother movie because of it? Yes. Super stoked. It's going to be dinosaurs. We're going to get the big three back. So I couldn't be more excited.
We've got Wicked is coming. We talked about Venom 3.
Wait, yeah. Oh, I have to. I'm sorry. I have to speak up on Wicked.
Okay, go for it.
I was stoked for fucking Wicked, right? Like, I couldn't have been more excited for Wicked. I was so amped for Wicked. We were finally getting Wicked. I love the soundtrack. I love the songs. Kristen Chenoweth's amazing. Adina Menzel's phenomenal. And then we get Ariana freaking Grande.
Perfect casting.
Are you kidding me? We get this nightmare little human.
Perfect. She's wonderful. She's going to kill it.
So I'm literally covering my mouth hearing that. I'm like, wow. I mean, I honestly am not. I'm
just not a fan of hers. I don't like her.
I can't see anything redeeming in it. Honestly, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna come at me. Don't at me because you may not like what you get. If you do, because I'm a grumpy old black man, I got nothing to lose. So let's go.
Well, let's fucking go.
But I agree with you. I don't see the value of having her when you got so many other talented people who I feel could do it better.
Oh, 1,000%.
I agree with you on the Wicked situation, Casey. You guys are crazy. You need to go listen to some Ariana and with the lights off and just let her lull you to sleep.
No, she's awful.
I don't think I've ever heard of her.
That's what Celine Dion and Sarah McLachlan's jobs are. She has not achieved that level. She's not that good.
Yeah,
I don't like her.
She achieves exactly that level.
She's got a voice.
If I go to sleep with any music, it will be lo-fi. I'm telling you right now.
Boom. There you go.
Me and Nujabes will be listening to the soundtrack to Samurai Champloo, and then I will be off in dreamland. Let's go.
Yes. That is where it's at. Instead of I defy gravity.
So, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, the Scissor reel was shown. It stars Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez. Supposedly it's nothing like the 2000 version. It's going to be very much a period piece. Set in this fantasy world, so should fit the time. So not really a period piece, but you know what I mean.
It could be interesting. We don't know.
Yeah. All right, so they showed a sizzle reel of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It looks like Black Manta is coming back, and he's going to have more of a supernatural element to him. He's going to be in his full garbs, and it's going to force Aquaman to have to team up with his brother Orm to fight him.
Who's going to be like shirtless a lot more?
Better be. Just better.
I mean, that's really the only selling point to a Jason Momoa movie is shirtlessness and bros. How many times?
I think my wife will review that one.
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. When DC released the Aquaman, which I thought was awesome, seeing Arthur and Jackson team up. So you see two different two different Atlanteans from different sides of the track, literally having to team up. I think that would have been a better interjection with Jackson in there. So now you've got more than one storyline going on.
Yes.
That'd be interesting. I don't have high hopes for that movie.
Face. Sorry, bro?
I don't have high hopes for that movie.
Yeah.
They did show a sizzle reel of Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and we got to see Helen Mirren as the villain.
Ooh, so she's a villain?
Yep, she's going to be one of the ancient gods who's going to be a villain. Lucy Liu, of course, will be in it as well.
Cool.
And this time around, Shazam is joined by his brothers and sisters as the team gets together and fights.
Awesome. Hey, Montel, how do you feel about Shazam? How did that come across to you?
I like what they were trying to go for. I think the problem was the thing with DC is there's no balance. Mm-hmm. It's either too serious or too goofy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I grew up with Captain Marvel. And he was one of my favorites. I still remember the Saturday morning show and still remember the whole spiel when the show came on, you know, Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury, Billy Batson and his mentor. I'm like, oh, that was so cool. And then it came out, I was like, what the hell? Oh, okay. You know, so when you introduce the Marvel family, you give it a element of comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I can see if you put Dr. Sylvana in there and his kids, that could be the comic relief.
There you go.
But if you make the principal character so goofy and so childish that you can't take him seriously when you need to take him seriously, you're taking away from the formula of a superhero. We have that already. It's Deadpool. Sorry. Ryan Reynolds, you're great. I'm sick of your voice. Anyway.
Fair enough.
He's everywhere. It's because he's everywhere, Montel.
God bless it. You got a superhero and you got a Pokemon. They both sound the same. Seriously?
Yeah. All right, so AJ brings up a good point. It has been a crazy night for Iron Eagle, Substitute, and now Arena Grande. Go on our Discord, everybody. I want to hear your top picks for who should be the lead in Wicked, and I want to hear your top picks for what's the best high school action film. So go tell us over there. We're going to continue that on. So they did show Black Adam sizzle reel, where basically Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate is shown, and Aldous Hodges' Hawkman, who tells Black Adam, heroes don't kill people, to which he responds, well, I do. So we're going to see the birth of a villain, it seems.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. I think not just because I enjoy The Rock, but I think he's going to be really good in this role. And I think if DC does anything well or has done anything well at all, it's their villains more often than not. It's the heroes who keep flubbing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this.
How about you, Montel? You excited for Black Adam movie?
Oh, I'm over the moon for it because one thing I'll say about Dwayne Johnson is that he tackles every role that he takes and he puts in what it needs without making it too campy or too over the top.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do Black Adam justice. I'm excited for it. I just don't need the fanboys jumping on top and nitpicking every single thing because guess what? I didn't hear anything when y'all were talking about Justice League.
I didn't even go see it.
Oh, man. Justice League and me, let me tell you what, Justice League is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my whole freaking life. The theatrical cut was a nightmare. It was absolutely pissing on everything that I love.
I like the Snyder cut. I did like the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut was the Snyder cut gave it more credence, and it made Batfleck a little more believable, and it didn't make the Flash so awful. But now learning that Ezra Miller is such a nightmare human, I don't even want to see his Flash. You've got Grant Gustin, who's amazing. We just give it to Grant. Give it to Grant.
I agree with him. I agrue with him because Ezra. You don't need your speeches being so wishy-washy and so emo. He needs to be able to make. Now, mind you, Grant Gustin, and he grew up here, and I knew him as a kid. He actually used to go to the store I worked at when he was younger.
What?
Yeah, he graduated from Granby High School, which was around the corner from where the original location of our Norfolk store was. So he used to come in there.
Oh man!
So I remember him as a kid. He may not remember me, but I remember all them whippersnappers.
These damn kids coming by.
Doggone kids, bring me back my black licorice. You know, it was that sort of life. But I prefer Grant because to me, Grant established Barry Allen. He established how Flash should be. And I think he would have been the perfect pick for the theatrical release.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on Ezra Miller myself. I cannot wait for the second one because, and again, they showed it in the Scissor reel at CinemaCon for the Flash. We do know that Michael Keaton's going to be in it as Batman again, and he actually used the line in the Scissor reel, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." So he brought the line back. And Michael Shannon is actually going to be in it as well as Zod. So they're bringing him back. So,
okay.
Good. He was good. I like that, Zod.
Final topic for tonight out of CinemaCon. They showed the first 20 minutes of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. To very favorable reviews. And they've also released a bunch of stuff online, especially the fight against Gargantos. So how do you guys feel? We're less than a week away to its release. Are you guys excited for this? And now there was a leak online, which I talked about earlier, of the Illuminati. It is a leak. I'm not going to share it here. I'm not going to spoil it. Casey, I can send it to you if you want to be able to talk about it on Tuesday so you can see it. But you don't
I don't get spoiled, so I'll happily watch it.
All right. So I will send it to you then. I can send it to you too, Montel, but I'm not going to unless people say it's okay.
Honestly, I'm good.
Okay. Then I will not. I promise.
I'm good. I like this. I like the surprise factor. I've stayed away from the fanboys and the incels who want to ruin things. So that's fine. Just because your life in Pornhub hasn't worked out well doesn't mean you got to ruin my world.
That's very true.
I'm just saying, don't take away the surprise. That is one of the things about movies I enjoy, the surprise factor. When it comes out, people should come out of the theater like, "Oh, yo, did you do it?" And that was the thing. You'd be able to talk with people you've never met before, have this conversation, "Yo, that was me, right? Oh my gosh." Grandma talking to teenagers, middle-aged man talking to someone else's girlfriend, and everything is jovial. But people are like, "Nah, I'm gonna ruin it." Why? Because your girlfriend left you because you're stupid? I see why.
All right, fair enough. Wise words from a wise man.
It's brutal, but true.
So we are excited for it, though. We cannot wait. It's going to be a great time. I'm sure we're all going to go see it the next weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to thank you, Montel, for jumping on with us, my friend. It's been a great time, and we always appreciate seeing you. And your show, your show in general, Blurticorn Speaks and Blurticorn Convos, they're both great. But I got to admit, new comic book day, man. I get super excited.
Wednesday comic book day.
The kids and I sit there and we watch it. We're like, what came out? What came out? What do I have to order?
Oh, you're going to love it because and if you're familiar, you guys already know, the first of every month we do our classic comic live sale.
Oh, yeah.
But this Saturday is also free comic book day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. First Saturday in May is free comic book day. So now we just took in a massive collection.
Yes.
So I'm going to be doing some picking.
You're the Norfolk store, correct?
Correct.
I need to make sure that when I take my 3-hour road trip to you on Saturday for free comic book day, that it's the right day. Because I don't want to show up at the wrong store and just be like, well, that's it.
If it's
take my free books.
Yeah, you're Norfolk, you're good. Literally, I will be clocking in at 2 p.m. I'll be there until the store closes.
Awesome.
Very fair.
Road trip day.
I cannot make a road trip that day. My kid has soccer, but soon.
You'll be there. When Casey shows up, you're there too, technically. She's like a little bitty person on your shoulder.
Right. All right, exactly. So if Casey's there, and he's like, all right, I got to pick up extra comics for Mick, you got to believe him because I'm there too.
Done deal. I got you.
No, I am super excited. We're always happy to have you, my friend. We want to have you back on soon, talk about comic books and stuff like that. I know tonight was crazy. You come back from the con, you're driving. But soon we will have you guys on. Bring Nick's on too. We'd love to hear from him.
Yeah, I love talking to Nick. I'd love to be able to interact with you guys and just hang out with you all again on another Sunday and just wax poetical about future stuff coming out. And it's always great to dive deep into the books.
I look forward to it, and I will let Nick know that he is cordially invited. So we'll definitely get him in the chain.
Standing invitation.
Absolutely.
So.
Y'all are amazing. Don't ever change.
Hey, love appreciate you, man. You are incredible. You're one of my favorite human beings. Thank you so much for what you do, for bringing the love of comic books to so many, and for just being the incredible human being you are, man. Friggin' love you, Montel. Thank you.
And the best cosplayer I know.
Sure. Y'all beat it up every time. Y'all are my friends. Love you to death. Y'all need me for anything, you just reach out.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Take care. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Good night.
Oh, that seems weird.
Oh, there we go. Got me on the right side of the screen. I don't know what to do. I got flustered for a minute.
Casey, before we get off, go to your Facebook conversation with me.
Yes.
Your messenger.
Yeah.
And watch that video. Okay. Now, AJ says he and his son are counting down the days. Yeah, I know. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to see it Thursday at 3 p.m. So my review will be up later in that evening.
Wow. Well, that is ridiculous if that's what I think it is.
Don't spoil it. Don't say anything yet.
I'm not. That's just mind-boggling. Okay.
Now, AJ said he saw it. Did you see the video, though? Because the video, to me, looks very real. And it has been... all right, I cannot say verified until officially the movie comes out. But I work at Cinema Reviewed with a lot of people who have way more connections than I do, and they were verifying it. So I will say it was verified by people who seem to know what they're talking about.
I would really love to find out it's college humor. Or it's like one of those for the guys who came out with like,
it looks fabricated. Well, we won't know until Thursday when we go see it. But
man, I'm so excited for Thursday because Thursday comes right after Wednesday, and then Saturday is free comic book day. Bro, there's too much going on.
Here's the thing, AJ. I'm okay if it's fabricated because that means we're going to get something even more awesome, I think.
Yeah.
But if it's not fabricated, I'm also happy with that. So we shall see. But I'm cool with it. But I want to thank Casey, my friend, for jumping on and always being a part of this with me.
I'm sorry, my friend. I apologize.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. But I know you got work tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day for me, and it's time to say goodbye for the evening.
Good night, not goodbye.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you. Be kind to each other.
Take care. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs Podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, mixed movie picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.